Guess what I'm wearing? It's my favorite outfit, honestly. It's one of my favorites because it's so cool, and I get to wear my hat, and you know, it just flows well. Especially now that I have this beautiful little number. I feel like I'm on like HGTV or whatever it's called. HGTV. What is it? QVC or something like that. Anyhow, I love it. I love it so much. I've actually been looking for a necklace. Not that I was going to buy one. I was actually kind of hoping like some dude would buy me one at some point. But this is even better because it's you guys that bought me it. And it looks like a swan. And I really couldn't ask for like a better one. I'm really, really so tickled. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it so much. It's just going to be a forever symbol of love because it reminds me of you guys. And I love you guys so much. And it just, is amazing. And I love my blanket. I slept with it last night. Okay. Just mark it down that like a minute in is when I'll start teaching you something. So I figured I'd make you a little video of the pentatonic scales so you can actually kind of see how they're applicable. Now, all 5 of these scales that I'm going to show you in this video are all G major pentatonic and all E minor pentatonic. You just have to know where the roots are for each one to be applicable, really, for whenever you're like doing a whole or in E minor. See how it's this exact same. I'm doing 6 notes, 6 flowing, but I'm still like landing on the E or the G. Sorry. So I'm landing on the root, which is what you want to do whenever you're in that certain key. You usually want to land on the root. Now you can land on the 5, you can land on the 3. It'll make it more colorfully interesting, because you can't hit a wrong note. That's the thing. You cannot hit a wrong note in this entire thing when you're playing a G, okay? But when you're going into the next chord, that's where it can kind of sound like you're hitting the wrong note. So, but we'll talk about that. That's a whole nother lesson, okay? So from the G, you've got that first one. So when you do this pattern, you want to start from the closed position or starting from the G, because this is the major pentatonic we're doing. So you want to start from the root or the G or the closed spot. So you got G, next one's open A, then you've got index B, next one's open D, then you've got index E, next open. There's your G, that's your first octave, and that's your other root. And then you've got A, B, D, G. So that's your third root or your at the ending of your second octave. Okay, so G, A, B, D, E, G, A, B, D, E, G, backwards. It's like, don't make me say it backwards. It's difficult to think backwards. So you've got that. And the E minor, same thing. You're just starting from the E, right there. Okay, so now it's open third, open second, open second, open second, open third, open third, and you want to end on the E. Usually when you're doing, like I said, depending on which one you're starting with, you want to end on its respective or relative root note. So now it's the first one. That's the G shape. Pentatonic has 5 unique shapes. They're all after the 5 chords that are unique shape, because the F doesn't count as unique shape and neither does the B chord, because even though it's movable, those are reminiscent of a chord you already know. A, for example, or for the bar chord F, E. And it's because it's like your index is pretending to be this for a minute when you bring it all the way back, but when you bar it up and move it up, there's your F. Bar it up, move it up, there's your G, you know, etc. So that the F and the B shapes or the bar chords do not count as one of the original positions. So you've got C, A, G, E, and D as the 5 unique open positions. Okay, because obviously there's 7 unique letters, and like I said, the 2 that we already talked about are reminiscent of the other 2. So you've got 5 unique positions. You've got G as the first one. Now again, as I was talking about, you bar that one, the last one that your fingers are occupying, you bar that and make an E shape, because after G encaged is E. So remember what I was talking about? That's the E shape, just like the F shape, you move it up, so that's a G chord as well. So you got your G chord, bar it, make an E shape, bar the last chord or last fret your fingers are occupying, make the D shape, because after E encaged is D. So there's your G chord in a D format. Now, D is the exception to the rule of the last occupied fret. You do the one before it every single time for the D to find its following chord. For C, it starts over again. So then you make the C shape, boop, boop, boop. There's your G chord there. So these are just good to know, like if you wanted to bar, like take your capo and bar it here and play the G chord up here instead of down there, you know, you could do it up here. So there's your G chord there. And then you bar the last one because it's the C, so the only exception to the rule was G, or D, I mean. So this is also your G chord. And this is in your A shape. So all of those are G chords. Oh, wait, I forgot what order. G, E, D, C, A. And then you start back over again up here for G. Okay, so you've got all of those that are all going to have the same exact notes, same exact 5 notes, just in different spots. So as you can see here, I'll show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can see, or 5, 6, either way. So those 6 notes can be played 5 different ways, or more if you want to just keep going up there. But like I said, when you're doing this, you've got 2 octaves at your fingertips up here. All you're adding when you're adding on these extra 4 patterns is 4 extra notes. That's it. You've got the G, you're ending on the G, and there's your next pattern, next pattern, next pattern, and that's the last pattern. But you want to end on G, so that's the repeat pattern up here is where it just repeats over again. So when you play this, those are the only extra notes you're adding whenever you're going up here, because you're just repeating those same notes up here when you're going through these extra patterns. So the second pattern that I'll show you real quick, and then I'll show you how to go in and out of them and do the same thing in and out of each one. So for that G, now starting on the second position, which this will be the E shape pentatonic, but it's still a G major. You're just doing an E-shaped version of the G major, if this makes sense. So again, remember I said this, so there's your E shape. So anytime you come across this E shape or a bar chord, this will be the pattern associated with this one. So you've got middle, pinky, so I'm middle on the 3rd fret, pinky on the 5th, and you've got 4 fingers occupying 4 frets. So this is why I'm going to refer to middle, pinky, index, pinky instead of 3, 5, 2, 5, because you've got 4 fingers that'll each govern their respective fret. Like you won't use a different finger in a different one until you start moving in and out of them. But for now, if you're just staying in this one, you're going to use middle on 3rd, pinky on the 5th, index on the 2nd, ring on the 4th. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5. So starting from here, you got middle, which is your G root, pinky, index, pinky, next string, and the next string after that is the same thing, index, pinky. So there's your other root, that's your other G right there. Next one is going to be index, ring, and the last 2 are the same as the beginning. Middle, pinky, middle, pinky. Okay, so again from the top, you've got your root here, G, middle, pinky, G, A. Next one, B, D, or 2, 5. Next one, 2, 5. There's your G also. Or no, sorry, not your G yet. That's your E to G, yeah. So you've got, there's your first octave. Next one, index, ring, last 2, middle, pinky, middle, pinky. And of course, that's where your other root is. So you've got a root here, and a root here. So these are the only 2 patterns that will have 3 of them. No. 3 will have 2, 2 will have 3. Right? Yeah, 3 have 2, 2 have 3. Yeah, so 3 patterns have 2 roots, 2 patterns have 3 roots. So the G and the E will have the 3 roots in them. Okay, so that's because because they both have the roots here. That's why. Every other one, the root will be on the 5th string or 4th string. It just won't be on this. These are the only 2 patterns, the G and the E pattern, that'll have those. Or, so you've got the 4th string on this one doing that one, or the 3rd string on this one. Okay, so just so you can realize that, boom, boom, sorry, middle, pinky, index, pinky, index, pinky, index, ring, middle, pinky, middle, pinky. The way I like to memorize some shapes is just, you know, aside from just memorizing them, just knowing that it's like, oh, middle, pinky, but then these two are index, pinky, but this is the exception to the rule of this one because it's the only one that doesn't have the pinky involved. Every other one of them had the pinky. Index, ring, then middle, pinky, okay? Just like the beginning. So, so that's the second one. That's the E-shape pattern. Now let's do the D-shape pattern, which I personally like. I think the D-shape's really fun because it has a few of them back to back right here. So just like this one has the open 2, open 2, open 2, for the D pattern, you've got 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7. Notice how they're the exact same notes. There's a reason why. Because the same distance that you have over here, open 2, open 2, open 2, is the same distance over here. G, A, D, E, or not G, A, that's A, B, D, E, G, A. So there's your G, that's 1. Your other A, or your other G, is going to be up here. I don't know if you know the rule of thumb on octaves, but when you're on the B and E strings, coming from an octave note to start on the top 4, or the bottom 4, technically the bottom 4. So like if your note here, you're going to be over 2 frets and down 1 string. But if you're up here, you're over 1 fret and down 1 string. But then you get over here. Those have to be, because you'll hear them when they don't sound right. So that's the difference. So like here's your A to A, D to D, G to G, etc. So yeah, just getting you to focus on that. What else? Oh, sorry. Okay, so 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7. Then you've got 4, 7. Now here's where we're going to kind of slide this one, because you can't do middle and stretch the pinky. You have to kind of bring your index and index, pinky, index, ring. Now, I know I'm giving you a lot of just stuff, and you're like, okay, I can look this up, right? So, knowing all 5 of those, applying them, so that was the D shape, and you can see it how it is the D shape. Because you hit that note, and that note. Right? And so that is the lead note right there. So there's your G, there's your G. So you got 2 G's right there, and I'll cover this one real quick, and then I'll show you how to go in and out of them real quick. So you got the C note starting from here, but it's not the C, blah, blah, blah. So okay, so starting from the 7th fret, the C shape right here will be index, pinky, index, ring, or index, pinky. So there's your G right there. G. And there's your other G. So there's only 2 in this one as well, like I said. There's G. So that's for that one. So this is the A-shape one, which is my favorite one also, because this one is it's a mirror image. So the C one is index, pinky, index, ring, middle, pinky, index, pinky. So that one starts with 2, index, pinky, index, ring, middle, pinky, index, ring, or index, pinky. But this one, the A-shape, is fun because up and down it looks the same. Middle, pinky, index, pinky, middle, pinky, right? So you got that fun little pattern. So that's all 5. Now to go in and out of them and also navigate through them, that's the really fun part. So here's where it gets fun, okay? So if you've bared with me through this far, thank you. I might blather on because that's just because you're not in front of me, where it would be easier to actually communicate it to you. But I wanted to send this to you so you could actually see how to navigate through. So when you're practicing, my best tip that I can give you for practicing is to go in and out of each of the scales. So, or each of the shapes, I mean. So you've got this one, for example. Oh, sorry. So you see what I did? I was going down this one, then up this one, then I went down this one and up that one. That's what you need to do for every single one. Going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, then doing the reverse. Down, up, whatever. So, like, and do 2 at a time. You know, don't overwhelm yourself trying to connect them. But that's how you can see the map. That's how you can see them connecting together to where you can eventually do something like this. And that's how you see all those people just cheating and kind of just only doing the ones that are like only like 1 fret apart, meaning like only one is blank. So like, for example, boom, 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 boom. I lead into the D pattern here. 5, because that was open, 3, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7. Then I go into the C pattern, because right here, because the C pattern had index, pinky, right? But instead, here's this nice little convenient index, ring, right? And then you've got this one right here, index, ring, because that's the one that's odd for the C. That one has this one little jump right there, and you can slide up and finish it in the A pattern. So I like to go up the D, cross into the C, and cross into the A. That's like my favorite one. Now you could do, and that's of course if you want those extra 4 notes and then get that extra root note up there. I'm actually better with a pick doing that. I normally don't do any of that stuff unless I have a pick, so it's weird to just thumb it all. And if you're gonna use a pick for this, alternate. Do like down, up, down. I don't have a pick readily available. But just go like down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, you know, going up that. So let me show you that little cut through too. So aside from practicing all those, like the and then going up that one. Okay, so I'm just trying to show you, like, it's really cool to go in and out and practicing up, down, and try to go back and forth and really just focus on that. So I can't, you know, I don't want to sit here and just do all of that. I want you to try to figure it out and map it out in your brain so you can manifest that synapse to synapse in your mind. So now the cut through. So this is the one that's like the most fun to do. And I'll teach you how I'm going up and down, back and forth. Like I go forward, forward, back, forward, forward, back, forward, forward, back. And that's how I get bum, 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 bum. So I'm starting off like this, like open, index, ring. Again, this is all in G major or E minor. So I'm technically starting on E minor because I'm starting with that E. Right? So if I'm starting with the E, so this is technically an E minor pentatonic run through. So E, G, A, open, 3rd, 5th, open, index, ring, pluck and slide. So open, index, ring, pluck and slide to the 7th, the next string, because I'm poised in that D position. Remember I was saying it's 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7. So that's a really easy just bum, bum, bum. And so there's your root for the E. Now that's what I'm talking about, going back and forth. So open, 3, 5, 7, back, forward, forward, back, forward, forward. And by that I mean like you're going up up in tone or down in tone. So open, 3, 5, 7, or open, 3, 5, pluck, slide to 7, go to the next string, 5, index, go back to the ring finger, go back up to the index finger, and then go up to the ring finger. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, open, 3, 5, forward, back, forward, forward, back, forward, forward. Now I'm going to do that exact thing all the way up the fret, cutting through the easy spots. So let's try that nice and slow. Open, 3, 5, pluck and slide to 7, next string, 5, back to the ring, forward to the index, forward to the ring on the same string, back to the index, forward to the ring, next string, forward to the index, back to the ring, forward to the index, lift the ring, same string, forward, back to the index, onto the ring, pluck and slide up 2 frets to the 9th, go back to the index, forward to the ring, same string, next string, index, back to the ring, forward to the index, same string, ring, back to the index, forward to the ring, forward to the next string. Now I use my ring finger, you could also use I use my index finger, you could also use your middle. You could do that, but then you'd use your pinky, and not many people do, so it's really just up to you, whichever you prefer to do. I use both, honestly, it doesn't matter. Okay, so now from here, forward to the index, back to the ring, forward to the index, forward to the ring, back to the index, forward to the ring, pluck and slide up to the 12th fret, back to the index, forward to the ring, forward to the index, back to the ring, forward to the index, forward to the ring. And that is the full scale. I think that's 3 octaves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 octaves. Okay, so you've got 4 octaves that you just covered by cutting through. So boom, 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 boom. I'll do it slow. Open, 3, 5, slide up 7, back to the 5th, forward to the 7th, next string 5, back to the ring, back forward to the index, ring, onto the same string, back to the index, forward to the ring, forward to the next string 5th, back to the ring finger, forward to the index, same string, ring, pluck and slide up 2 frets, back to the index, forward to the ring, next string, index, back to the ring, forward to the index, same string, ring, back to the index, forward to the ring, next string, index, crunches in, back to the ring, onward to the index, forward with the ring finger, same string, back to the index, forward to the ring, pluck and slide up 2 frets, back to the index, forward to the ring, next string, index, back to the ring, forward to the index, and forward to the ring. Okay, so that is your nice little cool cut through that a lot of people can really rely on. So now you just need to recognize where the roots are. You need to know, I'll just leave it at that. If you want to learn more, you can just ask me, but just learn all of them going in and out. You know, you're just going in and out, up and down, each one of them. I could be better if I had my pick and if I reviewed. But yeah, just work on that and you'll be a badass bitch. That's all I'm saying. Badass. Just work on it, okay? I love you so much. Love you, love you, love you. If you have any questions, you have anything that you want to work on, that you have a question about or whatever, like I said, just ask me. I don't know if I'll be able to help you for everything, but I'll try. Okay, I love you. Bye.